Welcome again to this week's Hebrew class, and today we will be dealing with Yehuchanan, John 11 verses 17 to 22. So let us now begin. And of course we have our Nikud or vowel marking chart with our useful resources. So let us now begin. And we begin with verse 17, which is represented by a Yod, which has a value of 10, and a Zion, a value of 7. And let us go through the letters now. Vav, Yod, Veit, Aleph, Yod, Hey, Vav, Shin, Ayin, Vav, Yod, Mem, Zadeh, Aleph, Hey, Vav, Zion, Hey, Aleph, Red, Bayit, because there's now a dot there. Ayin, Hey, Yod, Mem, Sofit, Shin, Kaf, Vayit, Bayit, Kuf, Vayit, Resh. And just to remind us, these are like A sounds. There's an O sound, there's a U sound, and so is that an U sound? So as we go along, we just remember the sounds of the vowels, which are detailed in our vowel marking chart. So let us begin. Vayavo, which means and came or and he came. And then it's describing who? Yahushua. Vayimsa'ehu. Vayimsa'ehu, and found him. So the who is a pronoun, that's him, and we see we got matzah, which I've got down here. Matzah is a kal verb to find or to encounter, right? And found him. Zay, this, arba'ah, for, yamim, days, Shol, see this vowel mark would be better presented a little bit over to prevent a confusion, but this is a shin. So it's shokev. And being the O sound, it also means it's like a participle, meaning lying. Ba-kaver. Ba is in, and kaver means tomb. If we look down here, kever is a masculine noun for grave or tomb. So that's where it comes from, in the tomb. Now, in English, it's Yeshua came and found him who had been lying 4 days in the tomb. Right, now we're going to read that without any help and see how we go. And it is Vayavo, Yahushua. Vayimsa'ehu, ze arba'ah, yamim, shokev, bakaver. All right, moving to verse 18, which again is a yod and a chet, which has a value of 8. And then we have Vav, Vayet, Yod, Tav, Hey, Yod, Nun, Yod, Kuf, Resh, Vav, Vayet, Lamed, Yod, Resh, Vav, Shin, Lamed, Yod, Mem, Sofit, Kav, Dalet, Resh, Kaf, Sofit, Chet, Mem, Shin, Ayin, Sin, because the dot's there, Resh, Hey, Resh, Yod, and Zamek. And it is uveyet, meaning in the house. Hini, of Hini, in the house of Hini, which we would normally see it as Bethany. Karov. Karov means near or close to, drawing near. Li Rushalayim. So it's literally, it's Yerushalayim, right? To Yerushalayim. Li Yerushalayim. And it is Kederek. Kederek, meaning like, that's the calf. Derek meaning the way often it could be the way, the road, the direction. Chamesh, which means 5. Esrei, which is 10. So it's like 15. Ris, furlongs. If we look down here, ris is a measurement called a stadion, measuring about 128 to 153 meters. And it's translated as furlongs. So in other words, Bethany is very close to Jerusalem. Must have been just outside of Jerusalem. Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 15 stadia away. Right, now let's read that. Uvet hini karov liyerushalayim kederek chamesh esrei ris. Right, now moving on to 19, and we have a yod for 10 and a samek for 9. So we get 19, and it is a vav, a resh, a bayat, a yod, a mem sofit, a mem, a nun sofit. Hey yod, hey vav, dalet, yod, mem sofit, bayat aleph, vav, bayat yod, tav, mem resh, tav, aleph, vav, mem resh, yod, mem sofit. Now we read it. Varabim. For Rabbim. Now we know Rav means great or many. So therefore, and that's a plural, so and many. Min from ha-Yehudim. From the Yehudim. Ba'u, they came, and we see that the u is they. They came. Bayat, Marta. Bayat is house, and Marta, of course, is Martha. Miriam, and the u is and then we got Miriam. Many of the Yehudim came to the house of Martha and Miriam. Right, now we're going to read that again without any help. And it's Rabim min ha-Yehudim ba'u bayet Marta u Miriam. And we get 19b, and we've got a lamed, a nun, a chet, a mem sofit, aleph, tav, hey, nun sofit, ayin, lamed, aleph, chet, yod, hey, nun sofit. And we get lenachem, to console. If we look down here, nichem is a PL verb to console, to comfort. And then we have et, which is basically grammar marker, hen, et hen, which is them, the feminine them. Because we have feminines. If we look down there, hen is a female or feminine pronoun for them. All right, and then we have al, which means concerning, regarding, about. If we look down there, I've got it here. Al is a preposition on, about, regarding, over, above, so it can be used in various forms. So about is probably the best there. Achi hen. Now hen again means them or their, and achi means brother, right? About their brother. And therefore we have the verse. The house of Martha and Miriam to console them regarding their brother. And down here I've got ach, which is the short form masculine noun, brother, sibling, or extremely close friend. All right, now let us read that. Lenachem et hen al achi hen. And then we turn to 20, and it's a kaf. Kaf has a value of 20. And then we have a vav, yod, hey, yod, kaf, shin, mem, ayin, mem, resh, tav, aleph, kaf, Yod, Vet, Aleph, Yod, Hey, Vav, Shin, Ayin, Vav, Tav, Zade, Aleph, Lamed, Kuf, Resh, Aleph, Tav, Vav. Now let's read it. Vahi, and it was, or it came to pass. Kish, Mo'ah. Now we see in here, we see Shema, meaning to hear. So, and then the kaf is when or like hearing, like heard. Marta, Martha, ki, that, ba, came, Yeshua, Yahusha, va, say, and she departed. How do I get she? Because this is a feminine, because normally you would see it as it is here, yatsa, which is the kal verb to go outside, to exit, to depart. The tav is the feminine. So it just, the yod drops off, replaced with a feminine, future tense. She went out. And then we got likrato, to, karat, and then the O is the pronoun, him. So how do we get greet? Well, we got kara as a feminine noun, to call, to cry out. But then when it's likrat, it's a preposition which means towards, to meet, or to greet. So therefore we get to greet him. And it came to pass, when Martha heard that Yeshua had come, she went out to greet him. Right, now let's read that without the help. Vehi kishmoa Marta ki va Yahushua va tetse likrato. Right. Now we're into 20b, and we have a vav, a mem, a resh, a yod, a mem, safit. A yod, a vav, this should be a shin, veit, tav, beit again, yod, and tav. So it is Miriam, and Miriam, Yoshevet, stayed. How do we get that? Yashav is the kal verb to dwell, to sit, to spend time, to reside, to stay. And Yoshev can be a masculine noun for dweller, inhabitant, resident. So in this form, it's a participle, Yoshevet, meaning stayed, bayit. Babayit. Now, ba is in and bayit is house, right? In the house. She went out to greet him from the previous verse, but Miriam remained in the house. Right? We read that. Miriam Yoshevet Babayit. Babayit. Right. And now we have 21. It's a kaf and a aleph. So kaf is 20, aleph is 1. Then we have vav, tav, aleph, mem, resh, tav, aleph, lamed, yod, hey, vav, shin, ayin, aleph, dalet, nun, yod, lamed, vav, hey, yod, tav, pei, and hey. And we read it. Tomer. And she said, again, the tav is feminine. So, and she said, Martha, L2, Yahushua, or Yahusha, Adoni, my master. The yod at the end is my master. And then we've got Lu. Now, what does Lu mean? It means if only. Hayita. You were. Because we can see in Haya, which means was. Hayita is you were. The tav at the end is you, second person. Po, which means here. Martha said to Yeshua, my master, if only you had been here. So let's read that now. Va tomer Marta el Yahushua Adoni lu hayita po. And now we have 21b. We have a kaf, a yod, and a lef, a zion, a lamed, and a lef, a mem, a tav, and a lef, a chet, a yod. Ki, for, az, then, lo, not, met, died. Achi, my brother. For then, not have died, my brother. For then my brother would not have died. All right, now quickly read that, and it is Ki az lo met achi. All right, and 22, it's a kaf and a vayet. A vayet, value of 2. Then we have vav, gimel, mem, safit, ayin, tav, hey, yod, dalet, ayin, tav, yod, kaf, lamed, aleph, shin, resh, tav, shin, aleph, lamed, mem, aleph, tav, aleph, lamed, hey, yod, mem, safit. Now you may wonder why we're going so quick, but it's to really quickly make you think about the letters. All right, so now let's read it. Vagam, and also. Atta, now, and also now. Yadati, I know, because yada means to know, and the T at the end means I, right? Know I, or I know. Ki, that. Kol, now. The difference here is we would normally think it's kol, but there's a special law. And if we see it down here, it's kol. Preposition means all, every, each, and the kol is used as it is a closed, unaccented syllable. So therefore this is closed. It means it doesn't have a vowel after the lamet, so that makes it closed. And it's the first syllable, so therefore it's unaccented. So then we can say kol, a shear. All what? Tishal. Right? Again, tishal is like second person. You shall ask. You shall ask. So the tav is usually a second person symbol. Down here I've got sha'al, which is the kol verb to ask the question. The tav indicates second person future tense. You shall ask, and that's why it's you shall ask. Me'et, which the me is from, and the et, of course, is like a grammar marker. Elohim. Even now I know that whatever you ask of Elohim. Right, now we can read that. And it is vagam, ata, yadati, ki, kol, ashir, tishal, me'et, Elohim. All right, moving on to part B, and we have a yod, tav, nun safit, lamed, kaf safit, aleph, lamed, hey, yod, mem safit, and it is yi-ten. So, without a pronoun, we can say it's he, and then yiten, the yod is future, and the 10 comes from natan, where the nun is dropped, meaning to give. So now it is he shall give. Leka, to you. Again, the kaf so fit there. Ka is you. Elohim. Whatever you ask of Elohim, Elohim shall give you. So now we read it, and it is Yiten Lecha Elohim. All right, and we come to our revision, which is a Yod Zion. So then we say that's a 10 and that's a 7. So we're on 17. Vayavo. And he came, Yahushua, Vayimsaehu, and found him, this, Arba'a, 4, Yamim days, Shokev, lying, Ba'in Kaver, the tomb. And came Yahushua and found him these 4 days lying in the tomb. And then we have a Yod, 10, Chet, 8, 18. Uveet Hine, meaning in the house of Hini, which is translated as Bethany. Karov, which means near. Yerushalayim, near Yerushalayim. Kederek, like the way, Chamesh, 5, Esrei, and 10, Reis, meaning 15 Reis, or stadiums, or furlongs. And the house of Hine, or Bethany, near to Jerusalem, like the way, 5 and 10 furlongs. Then we have a Yod, 10, Tet, 9, 19. Varabim, and many men came, or many from Ha-Yehudim, the Yehudim, Ba'u, they came, bear to the house of Martha, Miriam, and Miriam. And many from the Yehudim, they came to the house of Martha and Miriam. Then we have Le'nachem, to comfort, et grammar marker, hen, them, al, concerning, achihen, their brother, to console them about their brother or regarding their brother. And then we have a calf, which has a value of 20. Vahi, and it came to pass, and it was. Kish moa, like they heard, like hearing. Martha, ki, that va, came, Yahushua, va tetse, and she went out, likrato, to greet him. And it was when hearing, or like hearing, Martha, that came Yahushua, she went to greet him, or she went out to greet him. And then we have Miriam, and Miriam, Yoshevet, stayed, she stayed, right? Bayit, in the house. And Miriam stayed in the house. Now we get Kaf 21. Vatomer, and she said, and now who? Martha, El to Yahushua, Adoni, my master, Lu, if only, Ha-yi-ta, you were, Po, here. And she said, Martha to Yahushua, my master, if only you were here. Ki, for us then, lo, not, met, died, achi, my brother. For then, not have died, my brother. And then we have a calf, 20. Vayet 2, 22. Vagam, and also, Ata, now, Yadati, I, that's the end, I know. Ki, that, Kol, that's the grammar rule. Kol, all, Asher, that, Tishal, you ask, Me'et, from, Elohim. And also now, know I, or I know, that all what you shall ask from grammar marker Elohim. Yiten, he shall give, lacha, to you, Elohim. He shall give to you, Elohim. And that brings us to the conclusion. And again, we have our slide of vowel markings so that we become very familiar not only with the sounds, but also with their names. So let's pick the top line, right, again. And it's a cholam. That's called a cholam, and it gives us the O sound rather than the vowel sound. But there is cases where they actually say vo, but generally it's just the vav is replaced with the O sound. And then we have the two vertical dots, which are called a shva, right? And it usually tells us the end of a syllable, the beginning of another syllable, and therefore can be combined with another vowel sound. So let's have a look here. Segol, again, it gives us the sound, the E sound, which is se, short E sound. And then we got zere, which is the two vertical dots, and it's a longer E sound, so it's se. And then we have pa-tach, pa-tach. But again, it's a short A sound, pa. And then we have this one, the T, which is called a ka-matz. Again, it's a longer A sound, ka-matz. So when we see that, it's generally a longer A sound. Okay, and we'll only do the top line for now, and we come to the end, where, I can't remember where we started, maybe we started at 17, right, which was, of course, the Yod and the Zayin. Then we went with the Chet, which had a value of 8, and the Tet, a value of 9, and then we jumped to 20, which was a Kaf. And then we began again, 21, 22, 23, whatever, right? We're only up to 22, I believe. But let us not also forget the higher numbers. The Zade has a value of 90, and a Fe or Pe has a value of 80. They call it a Pev. And an Ayin has a value of 70. Samek has a value of 60. Nun has a value of 50, and Mem has a value of 40. And again, I've repeated the useful resources and also the dictionary there. Very useful if we're actually practicing our Hebrew, and it will come easy as we do it more and more. And we'd like to just thank you for joining us. And we pray these lessons are a blessing and that you do find they help you in a way that you can follow, okay? And that's what the purpose is, to make it fairly easy and not too much at once. So we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we wish you a Shavua Tov, a good week, a good 7.